Charlie,
Yes.
do you know what's really stupid about solar panels?
No, go on.
So, they're meant to sit in the sun all their lives,
Yeah.
soaking up sunlight, generating electricity.
It sounds quite smart so far.
But if they get too hot, they stop producing electricity.
That would be really silly if it were true. I'm Charlie,
I'm Josh.
and today we're going to be debunking the frankly ridiculous myth that solar panels don't work in heat waves, which we've seen peddled by various newspapers over the last few years.
And with Sunsave, we've launched the UK's first ever solar subscription, and we will tell you more about that later in the video.
Right, let's get into the weeds. Josh, you started this video by spouting lots of nonsense, but now you're going to shift to being an expert.
Yes.
We know that heat waves in the UK are becoming more common due to global warming. Let me hit you with some numbers. Brace yourself. In the past 3 decades, the UK has become 1 degree warmer. We keep smashing high temperature records, so that happened in Cambridge in 2019, and then again in Lincolnshire in 2022 when the temperature reached over 40 degrees. In June 2023, we had the hottest June since records began. And according to the Met Office, by the year 2100, it's likely we're going to have 40-degree days every 3 to 4 years.
Wow.
So with all of that in mind, Josh, is it possible for a solar panel in the UK to get too hot to function?
No.
And is it possible for a solar panel in the UK to perform really poorly because it's a heat wave?
Still no.
Okay, and more broadly, is there even anywhere on planet Earth that is too hot for solar panels to function?
Absolutely not. There are some places on Earth where it might be a bit trickier for solar panels, but we'll get into that later. Still here? Hit the like button and subscribe. Right, so we've talked a lot about what doesn't happen to solar panels in a heat wave. Shall we talk about what does happen to solar panels in a heat wave?
I like it.
Excellent. So Charlie, let's say it's a toasty 28-degree July day in the UK. You have solar panels on your roof, the sun is high in the sky. What's happening to those solar panels?
Well, they're not melting, they're not frying, they're not causing fires. First and foremost, they are busy producing electricity.
Brilliant.
Solar panels produce most of their annual output in the summer months. That's when you'll have excess electricity that you can export to the grid.
Right, so solar panels really need their summers then?
Absolutely, they're no different to us.
Of course. But does a hot day have any negative impact on a solar panel's output?
In short, yes it does, but the positive impact of all that sunlight will always outweigh the negative impact of the heat.
Tell us more.
So every solar panel has something called efficiency, which refers to the percentage of natural light it's able to convert into electricity. Every solar panel also has something called a temperature coefficient, and that refers to how much efficiency drops with every degree over 25 degrees Celsius.
Interesting, so a solar panel only starts to lose efficiency once its temperature goes over 25 degrees?
Exactly, but it's important to emphasize here that this refers to the temperature of the panel itself, not the temperature of the air around it.
Right, got it. So if a temperature outside is 10 degrees, does that mean a solar panel's temperature is also 10 degrees?
Not quite. A good rule of thumb is that a solar panel is typically around 20 degrees warmer than the air around it. So if you had a day that was 10 degrees outside, you can assume the panels on your roof are about 30 degrees.
Why is that?
It's because of the photovoltaic effect, which is the scientific term for the process of converting natural light into electricity, and this effect creates heat.
That makes sense. So when a solar panel's temperature goes above 25 degrees, what kind of drop in efficiency are we talking?
It's pretty minuscule. So typically a normal solar panel, if it goes 1 degree above 25 degrees Celsius, its efficiency drops by about 0.3%. Obviously this changes based on the type and the quality of the panel, but that's a rough indication.
So based on that rate, let's say it's a 30-degree summer's day, that means your panels would be 50 degrees, and they would still be generating electricity at about 92% efficiency.
Impressive maths, and yes, that's absolutely right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's talk extremes.
Okay.
We know solar panels are made of sturdy stuff. We know they're made to last, but how hot can we go? How hot can we go before a solar panel just metaphorically throws in the towel?
Extremely. Most solar panels will stop working effectively when they reach 85 degrees Celsius, which means, yeah, it's pretty hot, which means the ambient temperature has to be around 65 degrees.
Yeah, that is pretty roasting.
According to BBC Science Focus, the hottest place on Earth is Furnace Creek in Death Valley, California. In 1913, it got to 56.7 degrees Celsius there. It's pretty hot. However, if you put solar panels there, they would probably get up to around 75 to 80 degrees Celsius and keep producing electricity.
God, they're impressive.
They really are. That's why you've got large solar farms in extremely warm places like the Middle East and North Africa, which produce vast amounts of electricity, like the Benban Solar Park in Egypt and the Noor Solar Farm in Abu Dhabi. So Charlie, what is the ideal operating temperature for a solar panel?
So there's two ways to answer this. There's a sort of dry technical answer and the answer that I think viewers will care about. I'll do both of them.
Okay.
Dry technical. If you want to make sure your solar panel doesn't actually start losing any efficiency due to heat, you want to make sure it doesn't get any hotter than 25 degrees, which means that you want it to be no hotter than 5 degrees outside, which is actually really cold.
Yeah, that's a winter's day.
Exactly, and on a 5-degree winter's day, the day could be quite short, the sun will be low in the sky, and there might be clouds in the sky. So even though the panel's efficiency hasn't technically dropped, the output wasn't very good.
So summer is definitely better then.
Exactly, and this is the answer that really matters. On a hot summer's day, when a panel has lost some of its efficiency, because the sun is high in the sky and the days are long and there probably aren't that many clouds, all this leads to high electricity generation. So that's one big myth busted for you. Not only can solar panels generate electricity in the UK, but they could even withstand the heat of Death Valley.
Wow. If the resilience of modern solar panels has piqued your interest in making the switch, we would like to recommend Sunsave Plus.
It means you can switch to solar at no upfront costs, and instead you'll pay a fixed monthly fee for 20 years, and you'll get yourself a best-in-class solar and battery system, and you will also be protected by the Sunsave guarantee.
To learn more about Sunsave Plus, head to our website, sunsave.energy.
And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about solar.
Until next time!